Hello, Justus. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very excited to talk to you and to have you compete in this tournament. Can you tell us a little bit about what got you started into chess?
Yeah, what got me started into chess was like a little, let's say, a deal with me and my mom. And so I moved to a new school and it was only like about 2 blocks away. I'm originally from Bronx, New York. And so my new school was 2 blocks away. And so I wanted to walk to school by myself as a 3rd grader. And so I asked my mom. She said, no, I'm crazy. Well, she said that if you join the chess team, then you can walk to school. And they met at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that's going to school about an hour or an hour and a half earlier before we had to. And so, or maybe 7. Maybe 7 is about right. 7 is about right. But that's still about an hour earlier. And so I went to the chess club, had no aspirations of getting better, just going so I could walk to school by myself and say that I'm doing it. And I saw kids were going to Tennessee. And so I wanted to be one of those kids going to Tennessee. But you had to be like top 10 in the ratings in our school to go. And so that's when I made it a goal to get really, really good at chess. So that's when I started playing at the Marshall Chess Club, started playing scholastic tournaments as well. But I think the biggest thing that really helped me was also playing in the parks before it was like a real thing. Just me and my mom would go down and just like have the guys just talking really whatever they wanted to talk about while we were playing, and they were really strong as well. So I got like chess knowledge and just like street sense as well. So that was good.
Wow, your story is impressive. I mean, to be a 3rd grader and say that, not just say, okay, you want to go to school by yourself, but just to kind of stick to it and just go at, that early and then stay into the game. It's, I don't know many youngsters who would do that.
Yeah, not even that. I think my mom was like a really big influence too, because she had to take me to Washington Square Park and she would take me to the Marshall Chess Club, and she would help me get to these tournaments and things like that. So I had these ideas, but she also made it like a possibility. So yeah, she was a very big impact on that.
So tell me, what was your favorite moment that kind of, favorite chess memory that got you to really put in more time into chess?
All right, so my favorite chess memory, well, I have 2, and they both involve Magnus.
Oh, okay.
The first one was, and they're both in 2016. So the first one, I live in the Bronx, and specifically, I live about 5 minutes away from Yankee Stadium. And so Magnus had came to New York and he went to a Yankee game, and my friend, Russ Mikowski, told me that he was there and stuff. So I was like, that's all I needed to hear. So I got my board. I forgot my clock, but I got my board, and I walked down there. And then I asked Magnus if I could play him right outside of McDonald's. And they had like these little chessboards and stuff. And so we played, and then the first game, we played this exchange Roy Lopez, and I was on the black side and I was able to checkmate him. And wow. I was like, oh, that's good. And so the competitor in him, I guess, made him give me about 6 more games. But that was my first memory, and I was like super, super blessed to even play him. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then a couple of months later, I went to Norway to compete in this 11-round tournament. I would say the last round I was playing on board 1 against this IM named Nikolai Getz, and I'm like, my position is so trash, but it's resignable. But I'm just trying to figure out ways to just mitigate the damage at this point. And so as I'm trying to figure this out in a lost position, Magnus comes in and our entire walk through, and they just survey the games, and it's the worst possible time that they could do this. But then as soon as he leaves, then Nikolai hangs the exchange back, and then I was able to win the game, so that was good.
So he brought you luck.
Yeah, exactly. He's okay. I like playing with Magnus.
Maybe we should call him up and ask him to stop by.
Yeah, no, he'll probably remember. I hope so. He has that photographic memory, so we'll see.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Wow, great stories with Magnus. Okay, and of course Magnus. Everyone wants to have a story with Magnus, but you coming from an African American background, I want to ask you if Maurice Ashley has had any maybe impact on your motivation in chess or in chess with your chess in general?
Motivation for sure, like just to keep going. When I became like a national master, we had a tournament in the Marshall Chess Club, and a lot of players came out, and Maurice came out and he was able to speak. And just seeing how he can like command the room and things like that, like early, like that's just like, I don't know, it put a different stigma on GM to me. And so like I'm still playing, so I'm not gonna stop until I get it. So yeah.
He does have this aura that kind of
it's like,
supports him.
I could climb Mount Everest right now with you. Like it's one of those auras. So yeah.
So you're definitely going for GM, right?
I turned down draw offers from GMs because I need these reps. So yeah.
You need to have this competitive mindset to be able to play in the game.
Yeah, I gotta follow a plan through, right? Just follow it all the way through and, create my own little masterpiece and stuff, so. Right,
and this tournament with 2 rounds a day, what can you tell me? How have you prepared for it, and are you excited to compete with players like Fabiano?
Yeah, no, I just left the US Masters where Fabi was playing, and I don't know if it was the Fabi effect or what, but like everybody was like playing their hearts out from the 2500s, 2600s to the 2100s. And you just see IMs and GMs just getting toppled by just a player that's ready to play at this present moment. So when Fabi comes, I feel like everybody decides to play their best because there's an opportunity to play, a top 3 player in the world. So I'm definitely more prepared for that. I was able to finish with like 6 out of 9 anyway, but yeah, I'm like super pumped. I'm exhausted for sure. Played like 3 tournaments in like 3.5 weeks, but this is what I want to do. So yeah,
you're not missing this opportunity.
Yeah, no, not at all. Especially if it's in my backyard. Like
awesome.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. I loved hearing about your stories. I wish you good luck, and I hope you get your other 2 GM norms very soon.
For sure, it's a process, but I'm here for it. So thank you.